Welcome to Vegas Hockey Hub here on PRConnectionsRadio.com, the voice of new media. I'm your host, Ian Rachiele, and on this edition of Vegas Hockey Hub Shorts, we're going to be discussing the second trade that happened during the NHL Draft tonight here in Las Vegas. Now, it was reported a little bit after the Logan Thompson trade that the New Jersey Devils have traded former top 10 pick Alexander Holtz and goaltender Akira Schmid to your Vegas Golden Knights in exchange for Paul Cotter and a 2025 third-round pick. Now, we're going to address what the New Jersey Devils gave up in just a second, but Paul Cotter, who your Vegas Golden Knights acquired in 2018 during the NHL entry draft, he has been with your Vegas Golden Knights organization for the past couple of seasons, and he went from being a guy who actually did play a bit on the first line last year to then this past season being a middle six type of forward with your Vegas Golden Knights. He is an aggressive player. He's someone who does a lot of checks. And more importantly, with Paul Cotter, he was someone who was a really good piece on the Vegas Golden Knights roster when they went with the Stanley Cup and won that championship in 2022, 2023. And for someone like Paul Cotter, him going to the New Jersey Devils organization, similar to what I said with Logan Thompson, I will say this with Paul Cotter as well. Good luck to DJ Pauly C, and good luck to him in New Jersey. I wish him the best. Obviously, I do not want anything wrong to happen to anyone who leaves the Golden Knights organization. Business is business. Sports is business. We all understand that. So for Paul Cotter, him leaving the Vegas Golden Knights and a third-round pick in this next year's upcoming draft, and they're going to the New Jersey Devils. Now, what did the Vegas Golden Knights acquire for the New Jersey Devils? Well, they did get a very important piece in this deal. Alexander Holtz, a 2020 7th overall pick. This was a guy who was very hyped up. He was a top prospect in the New Jersey Devils organization. And Alexander Holtz, he has been floundering just a little bit throughout his career. It seemed like, in 2020, 2021, he was still hyped up as a top-end prospect, someone who the New Jersey Devils were going to use as a future core piece of that team. Now, fast forward 4 years later, and it kind of has changed just a little bit. Now, Alexander Holtz should be on the opening day roster next year with the Vegas Golden Knights organization. And as a matter of fact, if you really want to sit here and analyze this trade, it is essentially a swap, a one-for-one swap where Alexander Holtz replaces Paul Cotter in the lineup, and Paul Cotter could replace Alexander Holtz in the lineup with New Jersey. I mean, after all, the past season with Alexander Holtz, he played in all 82 games with New Jersey. He had about 16 goals and around 28 points on the season. So Alexander Holtz, he had a solid season, but when you sit back and analyze where he was drafted, I feel like the New Jersey Devils wanted a little bit more from him in his career. And over 110 NHL games, Alexander Holtz, 19 goals and 15 assists throughout his career. Now, the goaltender that they acquired, and I always look at it as what it is. They gave up a 2025 third-round pick for goaltender Akira Schmid. And by the way, shout out to Ace from running with the Devils, because if I hadn't been watching his content, I wouldn't have figured out how to pronounce his name. So I will always give credit where credit is due. Ace from Running with the Devils, it's on YouTube. Really fantastic channel, actually. I was watching some of his videos. Really excellent work on his end. But Akira Schmid, this is a goaltender who actually would be an RFA. He is someone who the Vegas Golden Knights would have to sign to a deal because he technically is not under contract. However, this is somebody who split time last year between the Utica Comets and the New Jersey Devils. But in the playoffs in 2023, he was a playoff hero for the New Jersey Devils. He made a bunch of excellent saves during the playoff series for New Jersey. So for him to go from being a playoff savior with New Jersey this past two playoffs ago to now being in Vegas, that's really interesting. So once again, Paul Cotter and a 2025 third-round pick has been sent from Vegas to New Jersey, and your Vegas Golden Knights have acquired former top 10 pick Alexander Holtz and a goaltender in Akir Schmid. So, this was Vegas Hockey Hub Shorts. I'm your host, Ian Rachiele, and until next time, continue watching hockey, go support junior hockey, and go Knights, go.